My F30 husband M33 has been cheating on me with my best friend F31 and asked me tonight if I want to be in a throuple. Okay, let me start out by saying duck 2020. My husband lost his job in April and has been home while I have been working extra shifts making $12 an hour to keep us from going broke. Yes, I've been out of the house more than at home. Yes, I haven't been super active in bed because I am really exhausted all the time from working 70 hours a week standing on my feet all 70 hours. I thought he'd appreciate that I am working so we have things like food and a place to live. Instead, he and my best friend have been ducking while I've been at work. She lost her job too. They've always gotten along with each other and I've never felt jealous or threatened that they have hung out together, just the two of them over the years. One very drunk night in 2009 she and I did make out, but it was a one-time thing and I didn't enjoy it. I thought I could trust them and that they were just friends. Obviously, I'm an idiot. Enough backstory. I came home tonight and found them snuggling on the couch watching TV. Like in a spooning position, but it was very obvious it was intimate. They didn't panic, but she sat up. Then he sat up. At this point I felt my stomach turn into a rock and I felt dizzy. No word of a lie, my body went into some kind of shock. I just walked to the bathroom and closed the door and sat on the toilet. I just started crying after I have no idea how long. I threw up. I heard them whisper talking but couldn't make out what they were saying, but then they knocked on the bathroom door and asked if I was okay, and I told them, obviously ducking not. They didn't backpedal or deny anything. They didn't admit to ducking then, but my best friend said we should all probably talk about what's going on. I stayed in the bathroom. We talked through the door. That's when my husband said, okay, yes, we didn't want you to find out like this, but we have been in a relationship since July. He said some more things, but I honestly can't remember them because my ears were kind of ringing. And I kept thinking about him saying relationship. This wasn't a fling or a one-night stand. I could maybe forgive that, but a real relationship? Isn't marriage supposed to mean just an I are in a relationship? So he says whatever and then my best friend says, so what do you think? I missed everything he said obviously, so I told her that and she said, so you missed the part about all three of us living together? After me asking what? My husband clarified that she would stay on the couch but they'd keep each other company during the day and I could be with her too if I wanted. She knows I don't want this because we would have made out more than that one time in 2009, right? I know she needs to move out of her place because no job equals no rent payment. I had told her in the past she could always crash at my place, but I never meant like this. How could she not know that? Is my best friend an idiot? Am I an idiot? I need advice. Yes, tell me that I'm the idiot I am for trusting them and having bad judgment, and not doing my wifely duties. I own all those things. I just need help figuring out my next steps. I don't want to be in a throuple and I don't even want to look at either of them. It's 3:30 a.m. and I can't sleep and don't know what to do. I feel like I've been used. I don't know even if I leave if I'd still have to pay for my husband's expenses because he's not working. Which would mean I'm paying for them to have a relationship, which idiot me has been doing since July, and I really hate my life right now. Edit, you beautiful people of Reddit. I'm overcome and honestly overwhelmed with the outpouring of comments and support and awards and DMs. I just got home from work and am crying, but this is a good cry. It's been a really awful year and yesterday was brutal, but logging on to this has just been the most special thing. I promise to read all your comments and DMs, but it's going to take some time, haha. People who spent their coins on awards, that's very sweet of you and I'm surprised that you do that on a throwaway, but I want you to know that it honestly touched my heart that strangers can be this caring about a nobody. I don't feel alone like I did last night when I posted. Thank you. I still have no idea the best way to leave this situation, but I'm definitely not signing up for a throuple, which I made crystal clear to my husband at 4 a.m. Also, my manager pulled me aside today and asked me if everything is okay because I obviously didn't sleep and look super gross, I think from the throwing up and not eating. I just told him what happened because I couldn't think of a lie on the spot. He took me to his office and searched our legal bar and legal help and divorce mediation and looked me dead in the eyes and said if I tell anyone at work he'll deny it. So then I broke down sobbing in his office, which was really not my finest moment. So it turns out he has a soul and gave me Monday off, in his words, to get yourself to a lawyer, but keep it quiet from your husband. So on Monday my husband will think I'm at work, but I'll be seeing what my next steps should be from a legal perspective. Speaking of my husband, I asked him to give me some space for the next few days and he's on the couch. My best friend texted me a few times today, but I've just left her on read. This was a long edit. I'm going to eat something and sleep now. Thank you for caring, Reddit. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, sincerely from the bottom of my being. Leave his broke ass with that broke bitch. How stupid can he be, cheating on the sole person who your entire lifestyle is dependent on? Let them rot. It's a blessing in disguise that you found out their true characters. Redditor follow-up, times are hard for a few months. Ops solution. Work more hours and take care of both of them. Husband solution, stay home and cheat. Best friend's contribution, make it easy for Ops husband to cheat by delivering ass to him. Honestly, they have nothing but the audacity. It's disgusting. There is nothing either of them can contribute to her life. They are garbage. Redditor 2, you owe him nothing financially, he broke your vows. Just leave your hard working, you'll make ends meet until you find someone worthy of you. And duck your best friend. My advice would be to cut them both out of your life. They're not right upstairs to come at you randomly asking for a throuple. Op answer, he's literally the only person I ever dated. Oh God, I'm so stupid. Yeah, I want nothing to do with them. Redditor 3, text him about it tomorrow when you're at work. Don't be obvious, but get him to say that he was cheating on you. Maybe not those words, but maybe just have him agree to the sentiment in writing. Op, I'm sorry, but you should get a divorce. This is unacceptable and you're not wrong to feel betrayed. You should take tomorrow off. I know it's last minute, but just do it. Take tomorrow off and spend the time for you. Go somewhere that makes you happy. You can do this. Find a divorce lawyer and call them. Text your husband and get him to incriminate himself. It might help with the legal stuff. Call your family, reach out to your friends, siblings, parents, whoever. It's okay to reach out for help. Op answer, I wish I could take tomorrow off, but the only reason my manager is allowing is you have a positive COVID test, or in his exact words, are in the hospital dying. I really wish it, especially because there's no way I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm going to have to find a cheap lawyer. We are barely getting by as it is. But yes, I need out of this place. I feel awful. Update, my F30 husband M33 has been cheating on me with my best friend F31 and asked me tonight if I want to be in a throuple. First and foremost, I want to thank the thousands of people who reached out to me in comments on my original post, in PMs and in chat requests. I've been super overwhelmed in a good way by how many people actually care. Some of you extended sympathy, some shared similar stories from your own lives, some offered me jobs and some offered me distractions and even pizza. Pizza. I didn't accept, but thank you for the offer. I think I received over 10,000 messages in total, plus the awards. I'm so sorry that I didn't thank you individually for the awards. I was raised better than that, but between work, sorting out my personal life, we will get to that, and just the total number of people I'd need to reply to. I just couldn't. Also, I received exactly 9 shitty messages out of over 10,000. Just 9. And 7 of them were basically encouragement to do the throuple things. Only 2 out of over 10,000 people actually wrote something really offensive, and what they wrote wasn't even that bad, plus one of them apologized and said he was just trolling. I'm saying this because I think it's important, especially now with all the anger in the world, to know that people can come together and show support and be kind. 1 in 10,000 people was an asshole, meaning 9,999 in 10,000 people are actually decent human beings. I keep watching the news and see such a lack of kindness, but I know from my experience this past month that people from all over the world and with different lives and political views can show compassion and empathy, and I wish I could share that wonderful feeling of receiving kindness with everyone. I figured I'd answer the major questions I received, and if I leave out one of your burning questions, then I'll answer that too. I even learned some fancy Reddit formatting so that things are easier to read and not one giant wall of text. Did you expect to get Reddit famous? RIP your inbox, Amirite? Okay, so I never expected my post to get as much attention as it did. In addition to being on the front page of Reddit, it made its way to podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, and I even got a couple of requests from paying publications to tell my story. I'm so glad that I used an alt, haha. I have at least been able to put the post on the back burner while I try to sort out my life. In real life, I'm a quiet person and hate attention, so I'm thankful that I was able to keep things anonymous. Well, mostly anonymous. A couple Redditors messaged me and figured out who I am, and of course my husband figured out I posted. Important, if anyone comes forward and says that this was their post, that person is lying. I will never reveal my identity. Even the offers of being paid to come forward didn't, and will never change my mind. People who know me in real life have kept it off their social media too, which I appreciate a lot. I'm a private person and want to stay as anonymous as possible. Are you getting divorced? Yes, 1,000 times yes. Is. He cheated on me and tried to manipulate me. And I did not sign up to be married to more than one person. I don't want that for myself. People in the poly lifestyle very kindly messaged me and told me that what my husband and best friend did was not how it's done in the poly community. Poly is done out of love and trust and communication. None of those three things happened here. So yes to divorce. Did you meet with a lawyer? Yes. And I'm really glad that I did and learned a lot. It turns out that the way divorce works where I'm from is it's a process that you have to follow and can take about a year to finish if it's uncontested, longer if the spouse objects. Right now, after some paperwork, there's a lot of paperwork, I'm separated, which actually happened really quickly. It turns out being working poor helped a lot with this, haha. Having no assets to split up made things much easier. And since before COVID my husband and I basically made the same amount of money and don't have kids or pets, it's even easier. But my actual divorce is going to take a long time and lots more paperwork. My husband is not contesting the divorce. Did you get your husband admitting to cheating on text or voice? My lawyer said it doesn't matter. I live where it's no-fault divorce, which means cheating makes no difference at all in how things play out. Everything just gets split down the middle, whether or not your husband is a piece of shit who cheats on you with your best friend, and whether or not you write on Reddit that your piece of shit ex did that, as long as it's true. Not that I'm bitter, okay, I might be bitter, but my therapist says it's good to express my anger. Are you expecting to get everything in the divorce? No. The law is the law, plus there's nothing to get except some family keepsakes, which I took with me. It was my mom's jewelry I got after she died this year. It wasn't worth much, but my lawyer says there's an inheritance provision or something under the law. Otherwise, we just add up the value of everything right down to our socks and split it 50-50. In marriages where one spouse makes a lot more money than the other, things like alimony and support come up, as well as child support to our kids. So my situation is thankfully simple. We don't have much anyways, so basically we are leaving each other even, but with some emotional baggage, haha. Why don't you get a better job? $12 hour where I live is better than minimum wage, believe it or not. I will have news, I think, about the job thing. One thing I learned from some of the messages from random Redditors is managers want to hire hard-working people. I have the confidence to apply to other jobs now, but I'm not accepting any offers from Redditors because of that privacy thing. What's the deal with your boss? I thought my boss was a terrible human being. It turns out he is a decent human being and he helped me through this, which I put in my edit in my original post. He has also agreed to be a reference for me for the new job thing but is trying to get me to stay on because I work hard. Do you talk to your best friend anymore? Haha, no way. Not since that night, not ever. I blocked her and refused to talk to her. She showed up at my place and I ignored her apology. I have no time for her bullshit or backstabbing. She lost our friend group too. Once they found out, I got so many stories from them of her backstabbing them over the years. This was all news to me, but let's just say we each had stories that show her to be untrustworthy. I still think about her and wish things could be different, but she broke my trust in a way that can never be fixed. She and my husband still talk and are in a relationship. They have each other just like they wanted. Did you kick your husband out? No. I moved back home with my dad about a week or so after my first post. My mom died earlier this year and he's been hurting from that. It just made sense. It's nice to be home. My mom was really a perfect human. She was the kind of mom everyone wants, and she died suddenly this year from a brain aneurysm. She is the person I would have wanted to help me through this. My dad isn't my mom, but I'm learning that he was kind of the silent partner who 100% was the same as her in terms of being supportive. So while I never expected to be living in my childhood bedroom at 30, it's actually kind of exactly the perfect place for me to be. Plus, my dad makes great baked chicken and always has ice cream in the freezer. For the moving out part, my friends came over and my dad did too, and we all moved my stuff out at once. A lot of Redditors reached out about the unspoken dangers of ending a relationship and the ex getting violent when they feel they are being abandoned. My husband is a shitty human for a bunch of reasons, but he never got physically violent with me, but I decided that being safe was important, so I called in favors from my friends. It went fine and my husband ended up leaving during the move to make things easier on everyone. Why did you call yourself an idiot and make things your fault? Because I'm stupid? Haha. I think it's just what I always do. I own up to things even when they aren't my fault. Which leads nicely to the next question. Are you in therapy? Yes. A lot of you reached out and suggested it. Since this is anonymous, I will be super honest here. Between losing my marriage and best friend and mom and working insane hours, I had a breakdown. There's no other way to put it. I was in crisis and probably still am. I'm still not eating great and still making a lot of mistakes in how I talk to myself and call myself an idiot and stupid. I get nightmares about my mom that wake me up and then I can't get back to sleep. I cry. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, I wish you health and happiness. You've earned it, my dear. Redditor 2, I am sending you so much love and the biggest, longest mom hug. Redditor 3, I'm sorry for all you've gone through. I just lost my mom last December, so coming up on a year. I sometimes have dreams where she's still alive. Just normal stuff, she doesn't say or do anything special in them, but I feel her again. I hope when some of your stress lessens you get to have one of those dreams. Best wishes to you. Redditor 4, glad you posted an update and are taking the right steps to heal. Good luck in the future. Redditor 5, bless, I'm so glad that you're doing better. And good for you, standing up for yourself and getting what you deserve. Not everyone has the courage to do that. I wish nothing but the best for you, Op. I can't help but laugh at the whole situation. How dense do you have to be to cheat on the person who funds your entire life, and then have the audacity to ask if she'll allow the situation to go on just because she knows about it now under the disguise of polygamy? Ducking idiot. Absolute twit. Redditor 6, it sounds like you're on a path to finding recovery and happiness in the near future. You've made it through the difficult part after all. It's good to hear that you have a supportive circle of people around you and value you, for example, your friendship circle kicking out the cheater and your boss appreciating your hard work ethic. I wish you all the best in the next step of your life. It'll be better without those two bastards in it.